Hi loves, it's Elle and welcome back to my channel. Thank you all so much for being here. Today we're talking about proper exfoliation. It is one of the most asked questions I get on a daily basis. How to exfoliate, when, what products exfoliate, what is best for what. So that's what we're talking about today. So before I get started, hit the subscribe button, share this video with somebody you think might like it, and let's do it. So exfoliation is a large topic. Reason being is there are many different ways to do it, to be honest with you. So let's break down the two types first of exfoliation. One would be the physical exfoliation and the other would be a chemical or enzymatic exfoliation. Physical exfoliation usually means that the product uses some form of biodegradable, only way I can explain it is like beads, or some products even actually use like walnut shells, which is not great, okay, so just FYI on that. But there's a lot of products that also use things like rice, but rice will disintegrate when it hits water and it won't be that kind of physical exfoliation. So physical is again all about kind of the ones that you can feel on the skin, on the actual skin. Chemical or enzymatic exfoliation is the use of acids like glycolic, salicylic, PHA, mandelic. I mean, there is lactic. There's just so many acids that can be used for exfoliation, as well as enzymatic, which is things like papaya. That is an enzymatic exfoliation. Pineapple is an enzymatic exfoliation. So those are the two general types. Now, for the most part, again, speaking in general terms, physical exfoliations are really meant to be used once a week, if that. I like to reserve them for a maybe once a week mask-like type of a situation, or with your skincare expert. That's kind of left to them because that can be pretty abrasive for most skin types. Now, if you have acne or clogged pores or rough texture, then maybe a physical exfoliator might be nice once a week or once every 2 weeks. But you definitely can overuse them and then degrade the barrier of your skin. So just be very careful with physical exfoliants. When we talk about physical exfoliants, they come in mostly, for example, washes or masks. So like something like this is like the Love, the exfoliator. It has like BHA and clay in it. A very gentle form of it is the one that Tatcha has. I mean, I'm just giving you guys the ideas of what I have right here in front of me. And then there's also masks that have, that you leave on the skin that also have these tiny biodegradable beads in it. You let the mask stay on for 5 to 10 minutes, and then you wash it off while you're massaging the product and those beads around the skin for 30 to 60 seconds, okay? So that is really physical exfoliation. And again, I just highly recommend that you really take into consideration the condition of your skin. I know a lot of people really like that kind of clean feel on the skin, but physical exfoliants really should only be reached for, like I said, 1 to 2 times, once a week or once every 2 weeks. They can be effective. But my preferred form of exfoliation is in the form of acids or enzymatic exfoliation. Now, of course, we know that retinols can exfoliate, but that's a different kind of exfoliation. This is all about the use of acids to help cell turnover, to reveal brighter, healthier looking skin. So all exfoliation does this. It also helps refine the texture on the skin. It also helps keep the debris out of our pores. It just helps with overall, kind of anti-aging. It also helps obviously with acne. It helps with most skin concerns. So if you have noticed that your skin is lackluster, dull, the skin texture on your face is like more like an orange peel, then you might not be exfoliating enough, or you could be exfoliating too much. So if you've never exfoliated in your life, I recommend you start with a chemical exfoliation. Now again, there are so many different types. They come in pads. This one's by Kinship. They come in cleansers. This is the papaya cleanser. They also come in toners, and they also come in things like this, such as the powder from good molecules. It's their pineapple exfoliating powder. You put this in your hand, you add a little bit of water, make it frothy, and then you go on with your washing routine. Those can actually be used maybe 1 to 3 times a week, depending upon the tolerance of your skin. The reason why I like them is because they are more effective and way less abrasive than a physical exfoliator. Physical exfoliators can actually cause micro tears in the skin if done too harshly, improperly, or too often. So you want to be careful with that, obviously. But I love when they come in pads, to be honest with you, or they come in like a liquid toner, and then you just put it on a cotton pad and you just kind of wipe it around your face. Yeah. Now, that is kind of the chemical exfoliators. Now, they also have masks like we've talked about before, but we also have masks without little biodegradable beads in there. So this one is what I talked about recently, which is the Paula's Choice 25% AHA and 2% BHA. I mean, there's so many different types of masks that you can use. But again, those are usually concentrated. Glam Glow makes a mask. Ole Henderson makes a mask. I mean, every brand has some sort of form of exfoliating mask, but those should only be used once a week, and they absolutely can be overused as well. Now, there's one form of exfoliation that we haven't talked about yet, and that is actually part of the physical exfoliation kind of section, which is washcloths or muslin cloths. Now, I know a lot of people swear by washcloths and muslin cloths, and that's totally fine. Do whatever you feel is best. But usually using a kind of abrasive washcloth, one that has been used many times, is pretty aggressive to the skin, and you're tugging and pulling at the skin. So if you want to use something like that, use a muslin cloth, which is what I do when I sometimes want to use an oil cleanser and not wash it off. I just want to towel it off. So muslin cloths are going to be excellent for you. You can get them off Amazon or at your nearest store. They're very inexpensive. All right, and then the last kind of form of delivery of our acids or our exfoliation are serums, okay? So like, for example, the brand new one that just launched from Tatcha, this has lactic acid in it. Josie Moran has a lactic acid in it. Inky List, The Ordinary, I mean, everybody has some form of a exfoliating serum, and that consists of every kind of the same things, you know, glycolic, salicylic, lactic, so many different acids. Those are all exfoliating serums, and those can be used usually on a couple times a week basis at night. Usually you save your exfoliation for in the evening, just to make sure that your skin gets the reparative qualities from it and you're not going directly out into the sunlight. So now let's talk about who should exfoliate. Everyone should exfoliate. You're going to get a really great skin benefit if you exfoliate. But it's hard to say how many times a week somebody should be exfoliating without me being able to see their skin in person. So you're going to have to be a little intuitive when we talk about exfoliation, because to be honest with you, maybe in the winter you might need to exfoliate a little bit more because we have a little bit more dead skin, a little more dry skin on our face or obviously on our body. Same rules apply for any body stuff too. But maybe in the summer climate's a little more humid and we don't need to exfoliate as much. So you kind of got to start being intuitive with your skin. You've got to start looking and listening to your skin to know what your skin needs that day. I will say you can always err on the caution with exfoliation. So you always can use the rule between 1 to 3 times a week with one form, all right? So we don't want to go in with an exfoliating wash and then use peel pads and then use like a toner or something and then go into acid serums. That will completely destroy your barrier and it will really, really harm your skin. So pick one form for that day, and you can change it obviously the next time you do exfoliate, but don't do too many forms of exfoliation and your skin will really thank you for it. It is a very effective way of keeping the skin clear, bright, soft, and actually fine lines and wrinkles become less noticeable when you've really figured out an exfoliation routine. So yeah, so like I said, there's a big topic. Let me know if you have any questions down below, but I will leave you with this. If you guys have teenagers, this is something that you really want to teach them about. For men, I really love to suggest for them to use just a general cleanser on some form of silicone tool, like a silicone, machine for the face, like a Foreo or something like that. It works really great for men's skin, and because they can handle a little bit more, and it's easy for them. Now, with teenage girls, of course, same thing, you can do that as well. But usually going in and teaching them about toners is probably the best way to start, or exfoliating washes, like something with AHAs or BHAs in it, no physical exfoliators, because usually teenagers can be pretty rough with their skin and it has a hard time getting them to do really anything. So making it easy, like toner or wash, just making that. So that's a really great way to introduce our young ones into the magic of skincare. All right, again, leave your comments in the comments section below, and thank you all so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Lots of love from me to you. Bye, loves.